With Fat Joe over there selling that rewind the time. I'm over here thuggish, ruggish. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we back up in this thing, man. You already know the drill, man. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to another episode of that Deep, where we connect the dots. Welcome to another episode of that Deep Shiznit, where we connect the dots. Yeah, I had to do it properly. I had to speak properly around this one. All right, so we're gonna talk about the solar eclipse that's happening on April 8th, and we're gonna talk about the spring equinox that's happening on March 31st, better known as Easter to a lot of people. Not so much to me though, but we got one of the dots in the building, so we're just gonna keep rocking. All right, so here's the deal. Friday is today. The Christians like to call this Good Friday, right? And in 2 days, technically, or well, 3 days, we're going to have Easter, or the Resurrection Day, or better yet, the Spring Equinox, or even better yet, the real New Year. So this is really New Year's right now. This is New Year's weekend right now, right? So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the spring equinox has to do with the sun and our relationship to it. And it's happening on a sun day. So calendar wise, it's very fitting and very appropriate, which is making this whole time frame that we're in a lot more special than normal. So we're having Easter on a Sunday, which is really the sun's day. So if we look at it out of the allegorical phase, this is okay. Well, the myth or the Bible says that Jesus was crucified on Friday and then he rose on Sunday, right? But really, we know, because we're studied, because the dots are studied, we know that this really is the equinox. Now, for those who don't understand, let's just say that my fist is Earth, right? And let's just say in the middle of Earth, if you think that Earth is not flat or whatever shape it is, in the middle, there's an equator. So what the spring equinox means is that the sun begins below the equator, right? And in about 3 days or so, it ends up right above the equator, or maybe the top part of it is right above the equator. So they call this the resurrection of the sun, Jesus, Yahshua, Yahweh, but it's really the sun. Okay? So, and it's not that the sun is moving, it's just that we are traveling this way, right? So the sun appears to go above our equator line. Cool. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because that happens this Sunday. After the whole, and it takes 3 days for this whole transfer to go. And that makes me wonder, well, what the fuck, what is the equator? What is that? And why does it take 3 days for this to happen? What is that? We'll go into that in a minute. But after Sunday is April 1st. And what happens on April 1st is Mercury, the next planet next to the sun, starts to align with the sun the very next day. So we have the day of the sun, literally, not Jesus, right? And then the next day we have Mercury lining up with it. And then in 7 more days after that, we're having, the total solar eclipse. So that's the moon lining up. So what I'm saying is we're really going through some biblical shit. Straight up. Straight up. And Easter is connected to it, or the spring equinox is connected to it as well. And this is how you know that this solar eclipse is special, special. Really special. But I digress. Hold on, let's see what what the fuck the equator means. What is the equator?
According to Britannica, the equator is the imaginary circle around Earth that is everywhere equidistant from the geographic poles and lies in a plane perpendicular to Earth's axis. The equator divides Earth into the northern and southern hemispheres.
She said it's an imaginary line. So we don't know if it really exists or not. Oh. Calling all flat earthers. Calling all flat earthers. Could you please bring your super problem solving skills over to this channel and help us figure out what the equator is? You're breaking up. Calling all flat earthers. I'm serious. No, seriously. You know what I'm saying? We need to pull everybody's head together for this. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. We need to pull everybody's head together to see what is the equator. Maybe the flat earthers can help us out too, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't discriminate. I need all the help I can get. Okay. So the equator separates the Earth in half. Okay. So does that mean that the magnetic ley lines change from pole to pole? Are the magnetic fields different from North Pole and South Pole? Do the magnetic fields change from South Pole to North Pole?
According to NASA science, this causes the location of Earth's magnetic north and south poles to gradually shift, and to even completely flip locations every 300,000 years or so.
Are the angles of the magnetic fields different from the North Pole and South Pole?
According to Wikipedia, the inclination of the Earth's field is 90 degrees at the north magnetic pole and minus 90 degrees at the south magnetic pole.
So if there's something that cuts the Earth in half, and there's something that pulls, let's just say, the positive fields this way and pulls the negative fields this way, then what is this space in between that? That's what the equator is. We need to figure out what is that, because that's some magical shit, because it takes 3 days, resurrection, Good Friday, Easter Sunday, for that to pass, or for, like I said, once this happens, 1 degree above the equator, that's the new spring equinox. That's the new year. So, but why does it take 3 days? What is in between those 3 days? You know what I'm saying? But all in all, that's a new question that we could probably discuss on the next live. You know what I'm saying? If not, we could discuss it now in the comments if anybody has any bright ideas, because I don't know. See, the difference between me and other YouTubers, I'll tell you, nigga, I don't know. See, these niggas be having all the answers. Oh, come on, bro. No one has all the answers. Like, knock it off. I'm calling on flat earthers right now. Fuck out of here. So anyhow, Brother Sanchez. Oh, you don't watch the channel. Okay. All right. But the reason why all of this is important, right, is because all of that shit is going on outside of this bubble that we're in is really going on inside of you. So the sun, your inner sun, is actually popping up inside of you. This is the time for you to manifest what you want now. Like, you do it on these days. This is when you get the batteries and the juice to do it. On these days. I mean, you could do it any other day, but these are the days that really do it. So you should spend your Easter Sunday not looking for eggs, not petting the Easter bunny, but honing into your own rituals and making them pop. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So the Easter is really inside of you. The spring equinox is your springing forward. This is the best time to spring forth life and energy and new ideas and new creations and new ventures right now. Same thing with the solar eclipse. That's happening inside of you. Something is blocking something to bring forth a new kind of energy inside of you. So while you want to look at the sun and all that and pull forth, you know what I'm saying? I'm reading the comments right now. I'm not just looking like weird and shit. Even though I probably do look weird. I believe the currents, Chloe says, I believe the currents from one end goes to the other by going through the earth. It's like a current or cycle. Yup. Yeah. Yep. But here's the thing though. When they pass through the earth, they change. So um when it's our spring equinox above the equator on this side, down here it's their fall equinox. So they're having a whole different energy. So the energy, even if it is going through the center like that, right? If it is going through the center, it's changing once it's inside of here. So what's inside of here? I forgot. We flat. So it ain't nothing inside of there because we don't know about magnetics. Magnetics don't exist on a flat earth. I'm sorry. So yeah, I was just thinking about flat earth. I really think about that shit a lot. Like, yeah. But anyhow, so the whole meat and potatoes of this video is listen, tap in. All this energy is inside of you. Do not get distracted by the Diddy shit. That's for distractions, bruh. That's distraction 101. Now 50 involved. Now 50 getting calls for grapes. What? Listen, man. Listen. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for the bullshit stuff. All right, I'm out. This was quick. You know what I'm saying? This is a little little. You know what I'm saying? That's all that was. Just a little jab. Feel me? I love y'all. I swear to God I do. Stop playing with me.